Ankara has launched a fresh offensive in northern Syria, and Turkey, already a sanctuary for millions of refugees, has opened its northwest borders to allow migrants to cross into the EU. That's prompted Europe to call an emergency foreign ministers meeting this week. From Istanbul, CGTN's Michal Bardavid reports.
Another refugee tragedy is unfolding at the Turkish-Greek border. Thousands of migrants have found themselves desperately trying to reach Europe through Turkey. Men, women, children of different nationalities, including Syria, Afghanistan and Iran, are making an effort to cross into Greece. At the land border near Edirne, Turkey, the UN's International Organization for Migration estimated that at least 13,000 people were attempting to cross from different points. Meanwhile, Greek security forces fired tear gas to push back hundreds amassed at Turkey's Pazarkule border. Some migrants responded by hurling rocks at Greek police, and many of them had slept outside overnight with no tent and little to no food available. One Afghan migrant called on the UN to wake up and see the suffering.
We want a life, and this is every human can make his life. Okay, see this, all children, women, people. Why United Nations? Are you awake or asleep? If you are awake, see this. We are as humanity.
Others had better luck crossing by sea. On Sunday, Greek police stated that several hundred refugees managed to reach the Greek islands of Lesbos, Samos and Chios as they arrived in small boats. The flow of refugees was triggered by Turkey's announcement on Friday that it could no longer prevent refugees from reaching the EU. On Sunday, Turkey's Chief of Communications Fahrettin Altun stated that Ankara was instead planning for contingencies in case of further inflows from Syria. Turkey's Interior Minister claimed that over 100,000 refugees were able to cross into Europe over the weekend. Yet Greek officials reject these numbers and say numbers cited by Turkey are misleading.
Those that have entered Greek territory have been arrested and detained. And in my mind, this is an illegal way of entering one country.
But it's clearly
borders,
it's clearly possible to get through.
The EU Border Protection Agency Frontex raised its alarm level to high for all EU borders with Turkey. The EU has also announced it will hold a meeting of the Foreign Affairs Council next week to discuss the latest developments in Idlib, Syria and at the borders. In the meantime, as long as Turkey's gates are open, it appears thousands of refugees intend to stay at the border, hoping to reach Europe. Michal Bardavid, CGTN, Istanbul.